I'm out here running on this Friday, getting donuts and pretzels for my children. It's amazing. But that is a father's love. But what I wanted to talk about was something very important and something that you see a lot of. Let's first deal with demographics, okay? Because demographics is an important aspect when understanding how people move and flow, demographics and relationships. It's very seldom that you see a corporate lawyer dating someone from the projects. Can it happen? Yeah, sure, it can happen. You will never see a lawyer dating a pookie, even though it happens. I even seen one story where a woman, a corporate lawyer, she was a big shot lawyer, she was dating a pookie, and he killed her. These are offshoots. These are typically things that don't happen often, but they do happen. So I say that to say this. One of the things that I always learned, I was taught growing up, was always date on your socioeconomic level or above. And the reason why is that someone on your socioeconomic level can understand and relate to you. So me, being in corporate America, suits and ties, business trips, the kind of women typically I would date would be in that area. Sure, but did I run across a little hot mama chick from the hood, you know what I'm saying, that I dated every once in a while? Sure, it happened. But for the most part, those women couldn't relate to me. And it's funny. I know sisters that I've dated in the past that, you know what I'm saying, I mean, straight hood, still straight hood to this day. And I talk to them, and they're still pretty much in the same boat that they were 10, 20, 30 years ago. And they have no desire in their minds to level up. They are perfectly content with where they are. And this is why it's so important to understand that you're not going to level somebody up that is used to a certain lifestyle, whether it's that a lifestyle of poverty or a lifestyle of convenience or luxury. You're not going to get somebody that is used to living a certain lifestyle to degrade or have a downgrade in their lifestyle. It's just not going to happen. And this is why, again, they say date on your socioeconomic level or above. Now, I look at relationships that have been very successful, like the relationship between me and my wife. We were, she wasn't on the same socioeconomic level of me. She was successful in terms of business, but she didn't make more money than me, but she held her own. And those are the kind of relationships that typically last because we're on a certain socioeconomic level where we're self-sufficient, we're self-sustaining. We had our own homes. We had careers. We didn't have jobs. There's a difference between a job and a career. Walmart is a job. Plucking chicken is a job. Mopping floors is a job. Now, if you want to make a career out of it, of course you can, but that's not I work in an HR background. I have an HR background. That's not a career. So you got to understand something. It's going to be very difficult for someone who grew up in poverty, who never leveled up, who have no desire to level up, to get them to think on a heightened state. This is why people, Pookies and Ray Rays, get with Bonquishas, and Bonquishas get with Pookies and Ray Rays. They're on the same mental plane. They have no desire to level up. So you get a guy that has standards and expectations and say, hey, baby, this is how we're going to do. They're going to buck against that, and they're going to go to someone that doesn't have that expectation on them. Because you see, at the end of the day, it's just all carnal. Because all that man wants to do is just hump on her. He can't do nothing for her, and she has no desire to do anything but just get humped up on. You got to understand this mentality. I saw a post recently about why is it that women go to leave men of ability and go to men that don't have no ability or no skill sets or anything whatsoever. Why? Because they're operating on the same scarcity, impoverished mindset. Well, when you operate on a mindset of abundance and listen here, we're going to get after it and we're going to get it done. And if a person does not have that kind of upbringing, it's not going to compute in their mind. It's not going to register at all. They have no desire whatsoever to be a better version of themselves. I've seen this, in my short time and here on this earth, I've seen this time and time again. How is it that, I'm going to date somebody in 20 years? You talking about 20 years ago and you still living with your mother and you're 40 years old? It's crazy, but totally content with it. And you got to understand that there's nothing that you can do with these people, especially I'm talking to the men. There's nothing. I'm talking to men that have a level up, ambitious, getting things done. Fruit. I'm not talking about, there's a lot of people that go out there and just talk the talk, a few people that walk the walk. I'm talking about people that walking the walk and that got results to show. You're not going to be able to go and take some chick that has no morals, no values, no ethics, grew up in a broken home, all types of abuse, all types of trauma, and think that you're going to pull her up and think that she's going to want to do something better. It just doesn't work that way. I know in a logical thinking thought process, that's how it works. You would logically think that that would be the case, but that is not the case at all. Not the case at all. Date and get with men and women on your socioeconomic level or above. Because anything else, you're wasting your time.